Years ago, I took a psychological test during counseling. When the results came back, I scored an 85%. I thought that was a solid B, but my counselor corrected me. The test indicated that I was actively lying to myself 85% of the time. We assume our conscious minds are in total control, yet the inner workings of our thoughts often operate beneath the surface. There is a massive gap between what we think we know about ourselves and the automatic mechanisms actually running the show. Your mind operates as an invisible filter. Its primary job is not to find the objective truth, but to protect your established comfort zone. It sifts through every experience to ensure your core beliefs remain unchallenged. We spend decades repeating the same failed relationship patterns or struggling with the same habits, blaming the world for our lack of progress. In reality, we are operating within a rigid set of invisible rules and inherited attitudes that define our boundaries before we even have a chance to think. This level of self-deception is the brain's default operating system. Because our minds prioritize stability over accuracy, we cannot simply trust our own perceptions to give us the full story. The engine driving this distortion is a mechanism known as confirmation bias. It is not a passive error, but an active process that turns your own logic against you. It functions in 3 mechanical steps. Your brain unconsciously searches for, interprets, and remembers only information that supports what you already believe. Meanwhile, it aggressively swats away or rationalizes anything contradicting your view. It actively deletes opposing data to keep your current worldview intact. You cannot fix this by trying to be more objective. The bias hijacks your reasoning skills, using them to build more elaborate justifications for your existing blind spots. This creates a dangerous signal. When you feel 100% certain about an idea, it usually means your filter has successfully blocked out all contradictory evidence. Total internal consensus is a warning of maximum danger. Because absolute certainty is an invisible trap built by our own logic, we cannot think our way out of it. We require an engineered external circuit breaker. To break out of a cognitive box your brain is determined to keep you in, you need a tool designed to force you into a different perspective. Military intelligence agencies use a technique called the 10th man. It was developed as a systemic defense against the kind of collective failure that occurs when everyone agrees. The protocol is simple. When 9 people in a room arrive at a unanimous conclusion, the 10th person is mandated to adopt the exact opposite stance. By assuming the consensus is wrong, the 10th man artificially fractures the groupthink that leads to fatal errors. They force the group to confront the evidence they were hardwired to ignore. This isn't just playing devil's advocate. It is a mandatory systemic failsafe required to survive the danger of being completely sure. You can run this protocol internally. The first step is catching yourself in a moment of absolute, unquestioned confidence about a decision or belief. Step 2 is to invert. You restate your belief from the exact opposite perspective, flipping the logic in your mind. Step 3 is the investigation. You deliberately seek out evidence and build a case to prove this contrarian stance is the absolute truth. Operating under the assumption that your original conclusion is wrong forces your brain to temporarily shut off its confirmation bias filter. It opens the door to information you had previously discarded. This manufactured cognitive dissonance is the only way to illuminate the blind spots you were biologically designed to miss. The goal of this protocol isn't to constantly change your mind. Often, stress testing your reality will only reinforce your original idea, but you will know it stands up to dissent. New knowledge and profound wisdom can only come from outside our current worldview. We have to look past what we think we know to find what is actually true. Institutionalizing dissent within your own mind strips away the magical thinking and distortions that lead to regret. It grounds your decisions in evidence rather than comfort. The next time you find yourself unequivocally sure that your plan is perfect or your belief is untouchable, pause. Become the 10th man. Forcing yourself to prove why you are wrong exposes the reality of your situation. It reveals the world as it actually is, rather than how your brain wants it to be.